The Bear and the Berry Patch. In the heart of a dense forest, there lived a friendly bear named Baloo. Baloo was known for his kindness and helpful nature. One sunny morning, while he was wandering through the woods, Baloo stumbled upon a hidden berry patch. The bushes were heavy with ripe, juicy berries, and their sweet aroma filled the air. Baloo was delighted by his discovery. "These berries look delicious," he exclaimed. He picked a few and tasted them. They were the sweetest berries he had ever eaten. Baloo decided that this berry patch was a treasure meant to be shared with his friends in the forest. Baloo rushed back to his friends to share the good news. He found the wise old owl, the playful rabbit, the mischievous monkey, and the gentle deer. "Friends," Baloo called out, "I have found a wonderful berry patch. Come with me, and we can all enjoy these delicious berries together." The forest animals were excited by Baloo's discovery. They followed him eagerly through the forest, curious to see the berry patch. When they reached the berry patch, the animals were amazed by the abundance of berries. They began to eat the berries happily, savoring their sweetness. Everyone thanked Baloo for sharing his discovery. "This is the best treat we've had in a long time," said the rabbit, munching on a handful of berries. "Thank you, Baloo, for sharing these with us," added the deer. Baloo smiled, feeling happy that he could make his friends so joyful. They all agreed to meet at the berry patch every day to enjoy the berries together. Days went by, and the animals continued to visit the berry patch. However, the mischievous monkey began to get greedy. One day, while the other animals were not around, he thought to himself, "If I take all the berries for myself, I won't have to share them with anyone. I can eat as many as I want." The monkey began picking as many berries as he could, stuffing them into a large sack. He thought he could hide them in his treehouse and enjoy them later. The next morning, when Baloo and the other animals arrived at the berry patch, they were shocked to find that most of the berries were gone. Only a few were left hanging on the bushes. "What happened to all the berries?" asked the owl, puzzled. "It seems someone has taken them," said Baloo, feeling disappointed. The animals looked around but couldn't find any clues. The monkey watched from his treehouse as his friends searched for the missing berries. He began to feel guilty about his greed. He realized that his actions had made his friends unhappy, and he didn't enjoy the berries as much when he ate them alone. Unable to bear the guilt any longer, the monkey climbed down from his treehouse and approached his friends. "I have something to confess," he said, hanging his head in shame. "I took most of the berries. I was greedy and didn't want to share." Baloo and the other animals were surprised by the monkey's confession. They saw the remorse in his eyes and knew he was truly sorry. Baloo stepped forward and placed a paw on the monkey's shoulder. "Thank you for being honest, my friend," he said kindly. "We all make mistakes. What's important is that we learn from them and try to make things right." The other animals nodded in agreement. "We forgive you," said the owl. "But let's make sure this doesn't happen again." The monkey felt a wave of relief wash over him. "I promise I will never be greedy again," he vowed. "From now on, I will always share with my friends." To make up for his mistake, the monkey decided to plant new berry bushes. He worked hard, with the help of Baloo and the other animals, to plant and tend to the new bushes. Over time, the berry patch began to flourish once again, even more abundant than before. The animals continued to visit the berry patch, enjoying the fruits of their labor. The monkey kept his promise and always shared the berries with his friends. The forest animals appreciated the delicious berries even more, knowing that they were a result of teamwork and friendship. Balu and his friends learned an important lesson that day. Sharing brings joy, and true happiness comes from being kind and generous to others. One sunny morning, as Balu and the other animals were feasting on berries, the rabbit hopped over excitedly. "I've discovered something amazing!" he exclaimed. Curious, the animals followed the rabbit to a clearing where they found a sparkling stream. The water was clear and cool, and it was surrounded by beautiful wildflowers. "This stream is perfect for drinking and playing," said the deer, dipping her nose into the refreshing water. "We should all enjoy this together, just like the berry patch," said Balu. The animals agreed to share the stream, just as they did with the berry patch. They spent their days playing, drinking, and relaxing by the water. The forest was filled with laughter and joy, and the animals felt grateful for their friendship. The forest thrived as the animals continued to share and care for one another. The lessons they learned from the berry patch and the stream strengthened their bond, and they lived in harmony. Each animal brought something unique to their community, and together, they created a peaceful and happy forest. One day, a new animal arrived in the forest. It was a young squirrel named Squeaky. Squeaky was shy and unsure of himself. He watched from a distance as the other animals played and enjoyed the berry patch and the stream. Balu noticed Squeaky and approached him with a warm smile. "Hello there. I'm Balu. Would you like to join us?" Squeaky hesitated but then nodded. "I would like that," he said softly. Balu introduced Squeaky to the other animals. They welcomed him with open arms and showed him around the forest. Squeaky quickly became friends with everyone and felt like he belonged. The forest animals taught Squeaky about the importance of sharing and working together. Squeaky, in turn, shared his knowledge of finding the best nuts and seeds. The forest community grew even stronger with Squeaky's addition. To celebrate their unity and the abundance of the forest, the animals decided to hold an annual festival. They decorated the berry patch and the stream with flowers and colorful leaves. There were games, dances, and plenty of food to enjoy. The Festival of Friendship, as they called it, became a beloved tradition. It was a time for all the animals to come together, celebrate their bond, and appreciate the beauty of the forest. Balu and his friends made sure that every new animal who joined their community felt welcomed and valued. During the festival, the wise old owl took on the role of the storyteller. She shared tales of bravery, kindness, and the importance of sharing. The animals listened intently, learning valuable lessons from each story. One evening, as the sun set and the festival lights twinkled, the owl began a new story. Once upon a time, in a forest not too different from ours, there lived a curious little caterpillar named Chotu. As the owl's story unfolded, the animals realized that the lessons Chotu learned were similar to their own experiences. They felt a deep connection to the tales and understood that the values of kindness, sharing, and friendship were universal. The Festival of Friendship marked the beginning of a new chapter in the forest. The animals continued to live in harmony, always looking out for one another and welcoming new friends with open hearts. Balu, the monkey, the owl, the rabbit, the deer, and Squeaky became known as the forest's guardians. They ensured that the forest remained a place of peace and joy, where every animal felt safe and cherished. One day, Balu found a small injured bird in the forest. He gently picked up the bird and took it to his friends. Together, they cared for the bird until it was strong enough to fly again. The bird, grateful for their kindness, sang a beautiful song that echoed through the forest. The animals realized that their acts of kindness created ripples of happiness that spread far and wide. One sunny afternoon, the animals received a surprise visit from Queen Luminera, the glowbug queen. She had heard of their festival of friendship and wanted to join in the celebrations. The animals were delighted to welcome Queen Luminera. They showed her the berry patch, the stream, and shared stories of their adventures. To show her appreciation, Queen Luminera presented the forest with a special gift. She brought a magical flower that glowed in the dark. The flower's light would guide any lost animal back to the forest and ensure that everyone felt safe. The animals were touched by Queen Luminera's gift and thanked her warmly. They planted the flower in the heart of the forest, where its light shone brightly, a symbol of their unity and friendship. With the glowbug's flower lighting their way, the animals felt an even stronger sense of unity. They knew that no matter what challenges they faced, they could overcome them together. The forest thrived, filled with laughter, love, and the spirit of giving. Balu and his friends continued to lead by example, always ready to lend a helping hand and share the joys of life. The wise old owl continued to share her stories, passing down the lessons of the forest to new generations. She taught the young animals about the importance of kindness, respect, and cooperation. The owl's wisdom helped the forest community grow stronger and more compassionate. The animals learned to appreciate their differences and celebrate their unique strengths. As the years passed, the animals faced various challenges, from harsh winters to food shortages. But through it all, their bond remained unbreakable. They supported each other, sharing resources and offering comfort. Balu often reminded his friends, "Together, we can overcome anything." And indeed, their friendship proved to be the most powerful force in the forest. A new generation of animals grew up, inspired by the stories of Balu and his friends. They continued the traditions of the Festival of Friendship and the spirit of sharing. The young animals looked up to Balu and the forest's guardians, eager to follow in their footsteps. They learned that true happiness comes from giving, and that the forest was a better place because of their unity. The magical flower gifted by Queen Luminera continued to shine brightly, guiding lost animals back to the forest and reminding everyone of the power of kindness. Its eternal glow became a symbol of hope and friendship. The story of Balu and the berry patch became a legend, passed down through generations. It reminded the animals of the importance of sharing, the joy of friendship, and the strength that comes from unity. And so, the forest thrived, a place of peace, happiness, and endless adventures. The animals lived in harmony, always ready to welcome new friends and share the beauty of their world. One sunny day, as the animals were enjoying their time at the berry patch, a stranger entered the forest. It was a weary traveler, a fox named Firaz, who had been wandering for days in search of food and shelter. Firaz had heard stories of the generous forest and hoped to find kindness and a place to rest. When Firaz stumbled upon the berry patch, he was amazed by its abundance. However, he hesitated to approach, fearing the reaction of the forest animals. Firaz decided to observe from a distance, hoping to find a moment when he could sneak in and eat some berries without being noticed. Balu, always vigilant and caring, noticed Firaz lurking at the edge of the berry patch. He saw the hunger and weariness in the fox's eyes and decided to approach him with a warm smile. "Hello, friend," Baloo said kindly. "You look tired and hungry. Please, join us and have some berries." Firaz was taken aback by Baloo's kindness. "Thank you," he replied, his voice shaky with gratitude. "I was afraid you wouldn't welcome a stranger like me." Baloo shook his head. "In our forest, we welcome everyone. Come eat and rest." As Firaz ate the berries, the other animals gathered around, curious about the new arrival. Firaz shared his story, explaining how he had traveled far and wide, facing many hardships. He had lost his home to a wildfire and had been searching for a new place to belong. The animals listened with sympathy, feeling a deep sense of compassion for Firaz. They knew that they had to help him find a new home and feel welcome in their forest. The animals decided to help Firaz build a new home. The monkey gathered branches and leaves, the rabbit found soft moss for bedding, and the deer and owl helped with the construction. Baloo supervised, ensuring that Firaz's new home would be comfortable and safe. Firaz was overwhelmed by the kindness of the forest animals. He realized that he had found not just a home but a family. He vowed to repay their kindness by being a good friend and a helpful member of the community. One morning, as the animals gathered at the berry patch, they noticed that the magical flower gifted by Queen Luminera was missing. The flower had been a symbol of their unity and friendship, and its absence filled the animals with worry and sadness. "Who could have taken the flower?" asked the rabbit, his ears drooping with concern. "We must find it," declared Baloo. "Without its light, lost animals might not find their way to our forest." The animals organized a search party. They split into groups and scoured the forest, looking for any clues that might lead them to the missing flower. Firaz joined Baloo, determined to help his new friends. As they searched, they came across a series of small footprints leading away from the berry patch. The footprints were unlike any they had seen before, and they followed them with growing curiosity and concern. The footprints led them to a hidden cave deep within the forest. There, they found a group of tiny creatures they had never seen before. These creatures were pixies, small and delicate beings who lived in the shadows of the forest. The pixies were startled to see Baloo and Firaz. They held the magical flower, its light casting a gentle glow over the clearing. "Why did you take our flower?" Baloo asked gently, not wanting to scare them. One of the pixies stepped forward, her tiny voice trembling. "We needed its light to save our home. Our village has been plunged into darkness, and we didn't know where else to turn." Baloo and Firaz listened to the pixie's story with empathy. They understood the desperation that drove the pixies to take the flower. Baloo knelt down to their level and spoke softly. "We understand your need," Baloo said, "but this flower is important to our forest too. Perhaps we can find another way to help your village without taking the flower." The pixies looked hopeful. "Do you really mean that?" one of them asked. "Of course," said Firaz. "We believe in helping others, just as my friends helped me." The animals and the pixies returned to the berry patch to discuss a solution. The wise old owl suggested that they create small lanterns from the berry's juice, which had a natural glow when treated properly. This way, the pixies could have light for their village without taking the magical flower. Everyone agreed, and they set to work. The pixies were amazed by the animals' creativity and kindness. Soon, They had enough glowing berry lanterns to light their village. With the lanterns glowing brightly, the pixies returned the magical flower to its place in the forest. They thanked the animals for their understanding and assistance, promising to maintain a friendly relationship with the forest community. The forest was filled with joy and harmony once more. The animals felt a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing they had helped new friends and restored balance to their home. To celebrate their newfound friendship with the pixies, the animals decided to expand their annual festival of friendship to include a festival of lights. They decorated the forest with the glowing berry lanterns, creating a magical atmosphere. The pixies joined the celebration, bringing their unique music and dances. The forest animals and the pixies shared stories, games, and laughter, deepening their bond. As the festivals continued, the animals reflected on the lessons they had learned. They realized the importance of understanding, compassion, and cooperation. They knew that by working together and respecting each other's needs, they could create a harmonious and joyful community. The story of the berry patch, the magical flower, and the Festival of Lights became a cherished tale passed down through generations. New animals and pixies joined the forest, each adding their own unique contributions to the community. Baloo, the monkey, the owl, the rabbit, the deer, Firaz, and the pixies became legends, remembered for their kindness and wisdom. Their legacy continued to inspire future generations to uphold the values of friendship and sharing. One day, as the animals were preparing for the upcoming festival, they noticed a strange, shimmering light in the distance. Curious, they decided to investigate, led by Baloo and Firaz. The light led them to a hidden cave, where they found a crystal that emitted a mesmerizing glow. The crystal seemed to pulse with a gentle energy, and the animals felt a sense of wonder. The wise old owl examined the crystal closely. "This crystal holds a powerful magic," she said. "It can amplify the light of the berry lanterns and the magical flower, spreading light and happiness throughout the entire forest." The animals were excited by the discovery. They decided to bring the crystal back to the berry patch and use its magic to enhance their Festival of Lights. With the crystal's magic, the Festival of Lights became more spectacular than ever. The entire forest was bathed in a warm, radiant glow. Animals from far and wide came to witness the beauty and join in the celebration. Baloo and his friends welcomed everyone, sharing the story of their journey and the lessons they had learned. The festival was filled with music, dancing, and an abundance of delicious food. The animals and pixies worked together to make the festival a success. They realized that their strength came from their unity and willingness to help one another. The forest community grew even closer, bound by the shared experiences and mutual respect. As the festival drew to a close, Baloo gathered his friends around the magical flower and the glowing crystal. "We have come a long way," he said, his voice filled with pride. "Our journey has taught us the true meaning of friendship, sharing, and compassion. Together, we can overcome any challenge and create a world filled with joy and harmony." The animals and pixies nodded in agreement, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. They knew that their bond was unbreakable and that their story would continue to inspire generations to come. The forest thrived, with new adventures and discoveries awaiting Baloo and his friends. They welcomed every new challenge with open hearts, knowing that their unity and kindness would guide them through. The magical flower, the glowing crystal, and the berry lanterns became symbols of the forest's enduring spirit. They reminded everyone of the importance of sharing, helping others, and living in harmony. And so, the story of Baloo and the berry patch lived on, a testament to the power of friendship and the joy of giving. The forest remained a place of peace, happiness, and endless wonder, where every creature felt loved and valued. The Bear in the Berry Patch is a heartwarming tale that teaches children the importance of kindness, sharing, and unity. Through the adventures of Baloo and his friends, we learn that true happiness comes from helping others and working together.